So good day, sir. I am Riami Egalubag from Group 6. So my topic for today is about Rizal's second sojourn in Paris and the Universal Exposition in 1889. So when we talk about sojourn is temporary na bitaw siya. Temporary siya. Marapod akong pagsabot, sir. Temporary siya pagstay sa Paris. So next is the introduction. So Paris in the spring of 1889 bursting with excitement because of the Universal Exposition. So thousands of visitors from all corners of the world crowded every hotel, inn, and boarding house. Everywhere in the metropolis, the hotel rates and the house rents were soaring sky high. It means nga bisag asa nga city or lungsod, kay ang ilang mga boarding house kay grabe na jud kataas ang renta. So, despite the social parties and the glittering lights of the city, he continued his fruitful artistic, literary, and patriotic labors. So, despite kuno sa social nga mga partido, ipadayon gihapon ni Rizal ang iyang mabungang gawaing sining, pampanitikan ug makabayan. So, he published his annotated edition of Marga's Successes, founded 3 Filipino societies, which is the Kidlat Club, the Indios Bravos, and the RDLM, and wrote for Telepono, a satire against Father Salvador Fong. So, later on, ato na siyang i-discuss ang katong 3 organization, but dali ako mag-discuss, which is si Colegio. So, next is difficulty of finding quarters. So, in March 1839, it was extremely difficult for a visitor to find living quarters in Paris. Kasi nga, the approaching Universal Exposition of 1889 was scheduled open on May 6, 1889, which is attracted thousands of tourists. Maong, tanan nga mga accommodations sa mga hotel kay nahurot na or nakuha na. Nga maoy gikabalakan ni Rizal kay ang mga nabilin manggod nga mga rentahanan kay mahal na. For a short time, Rizal lived in the house of his friends Valentina Ventura at number 45 Rue Baumingue, where he published his annotated edition of Marga's book. So, si Rizal, ikapila jud siya sige balis-balis bitaw from hotel to another. Then, finally, Rizal lived in a little room with Kapitan Justo Trinidad, a former Gobernador Silio of Santa Ana, Manila, and Jose Albert. So, although life in Paris was gay, with a sparkly meritmen and joyous social parties, Rizal continued to be busy in a serious pursuit kay para manggod kay Rizal ang oras manggod kay importante jud siya. So, he used most of his time in the reading room of the Bibliothèque Nationale or National Library, checking up his historical annotations on Marga's book in his living quarters. So, Rizal also writing letters to his family and friends o gaadto sab siya sa gym para sa iyang daily exercises. And then, sa bakanting oras naman ni Rizal, he used to dine at the home of his friends such as Pardo de Taveras, the Venturas, the Bausteds, the Lunas, and etc. So Rizal, he was a good friend of 3 Padro de Taveras, which is the Dr. Trinidad H. Padro de Tavera, a physician by vocation and philologist by avocation, and Dr. Felix Padro de Tavera, also a physician by avocation and artist and sculptor by avocation. And lastly, Paz Padro de Tavera, a wife of Juan Luna. So this Pardo de Taveras were the children of Don Joaquin Pardo de Tavera, an exile of 1872 who escaped from the Marianas and lived in France. Sojourn 24, 1889, a baby girl was born to Juan Luna and passed Padre de Tavera, who is one of the good friends of Rizal. She was the second child. Then the first was a baby boy named Andres, whose pet name was Lole. Then the baptismal godfather of her, or Ninong, is also Rizal, who chose her name Maria de la Paz Blanca Laureana Hermenegilda Juana Luna y Pedro de Tavera. In addition, Rizal sent 2 letters to his family in Calamba. Ang first letter niya is dated on May 16, 1889. So in this letter, Rizal gave an interesting account of his life in Paris. Then the second letter was written on September 21, 1889. So kaning iyang kaduha nga sulat is iyang gingon dere kay kung unsa iyang nahitabo sa iyaha, kung unsa na nahitabo bitaw sa iyang life, kung unsa na iyang gikaon, unsa na ilang mga pangbuhat, kung asa sila mga to, inana within a week. So Rizal was fascinated by the Universal Exposition of Paris, which opened on May 6, 1889. The greatest attraction of this exposition was the Eiffel Tower, 984 feet high, which was built by Alexander Eiffel, celebrated French engineer. So Rizal and his friends attended the opening ceremonies and saw the cutting of the ribbon by the President Sadi Carnot of the Third French Republic. Paris was jammed with thousands of tourists coming from all parts of the world. So just like an ordinary Filipino tourist in a foreign land, so daily, the exposition drew a vast crowd of 200,000 persons or more. So, diba, kay pag na mga inanang occasions or event, especially sa laing lugar, is ginadayo jud siya or ginaadto jud sa mga tao. Nya, sa matuo mga dili, para sa akong gingon, 200,000 person or labaw pa ang niadto. Like, grabe, diba? Grabe kataghan. Side ato nga, nananaw sila, one of the features of the exposition was international art competition, in which Felix R. Hidalgo, Juan Luna, Felix Pardo de Tavera, and Rizal participated. So, Hidalgo's painting got second prize, Juan Luna and Father Pardo de Tavera got third prize, and Rizal entry, no prize. Pero, ang entry ni Rizal kay wala nakuha na prize kay ingon man gud nila, a burst which he molded was quite good to qualify for exhibition but not good enough to win an international